New World Order Decision Time with NATURENETSCHOOL. Pictures used in this document are not of characters described in messages below them. Kindly bear with me in case of any inconvenience. Promotion of environmental conservation techniques and management of natural resources. Potentials and challenges. Boarding schools and deforestation. Develop positive attitude and respect towards local communities. They appreciate and own schools with good social behaviors and excellence in academics and co-curricular activities. Deforestation promotes harsh climatic conditions. This is partly fueled by high demand for wood fuel in boarding schools. Demand for wood fuel is much greater in boarding schools and factories. Despite their high demand for wood fuel, few schools and factories plant new trees to replace the ones they consume as fuel. Kenya's second president, Daniel Arap Moi, is remembered for initiating massive tree planting mission and reduction of soil erosion during his initial years in leadership. Many schools were shining green with trees. Massive harvest against nature. Amount of trees cut for all boarding schools to use as firewood is enormous. Upsurge of boarding schools in Kenya promoted high demand for mature wood fuel for cooking. People invaded indigenous forests. This led to massive destruction of trees for firewood, charcoal, and timber to sell to schools. Food crops were soon replaced with eucalyptus to satisfy high demands. Scorching sun soon became the order of the day on bare lands. Climate and weather patterns changed, leading to very unpredictable agriculture. Mapping out reforestation progress under scorching sun in a young school forest. Schools can reverse deforestation trend. Engage children in bringing back the planet Earth to its old glory. It is blunder to replace indigenous trees with non-indigenous ones for fuel, beauty, and decorations in the environment. Indigenous trees are what we need on our native lands, the way nature introduced them for us even before our ancestors. Decorative plants against nature. Indigenous trees and other lower shrubs may not look beautiful as some may wish. However, they have the ability to regain and maintain greenness of our natural environment as it was. Indigenous trees evolved on our lands since time immemorial. They can naturally reverse environmental changes even without introducing modern science. Desire for boarding and deforestation. Many boarding schools use of trees for fuel, but hardly spare any of their land for planting their own trees. All trees gone, only a few shrubs. Vast lands that were originally very productive deteriorated very fast. If boarding schools wish to remain relevant in modern times, they should look for alternative sources of fuel different from firewood. A population of about 540 children in boarding may require up to 90 stacks per year for cooking. A country with 10,000 such boarding schools may consume 900,000 stacks a year. One stack may be equivalent to 2 averagely grown trees. 900,000 stacks is close to clearing a large forest with mature trees. Schools that opt for boarding services should look for environmentally friendly sources as alternative for cooking. Boarding schools can initiate environmentally friendly sources of energy to help reduce deforestation. Took years to grow but minutes to fall. Conversion of day schools into boarding skyrocketed at one time in Kenya, leading to increased deforestation. It hiked demand and cost of wood fuel, making them more valuable for harvesting than food crops. The last batch of young trees cleared. Transform planting indigenous trees into a world culture. Introduce this through schools to reserve damages that have been inflicted on the planet over the years. Wood fuel became damn expensive with time. Lands meant for food crops were gradually replaced with fast-growing trees. Cost of boarding schools shot up in Kenya, and many ordinary citizens could hardly afford to educate their children in boarding. Boarding schools should never be a priority in modern times. Schools without their own green sources of energy should revert back to day schools. Those with adequate lands should develop their own self-generating forests for firewood. Enact laws to ensure that the minimum population of planted trees in any school is equal to the total number of children admitted in the school. All school children can plant indigenous trees or more every term or year depending on space. They may extend this beyond school lands and into neighboring villages too. When each child plants a tree or more every year and owns it, green nature of the earth can be regained in a few decades. With a population of 1,000 children, a school can have more than 1,000 trees planted in the compound and beyond villages for communities to use and learn. Quality education is not acquired in boarding schools alone. Many nations have more day schools and still offer their citizens quality education needed. Schools deposit large amounts of organic matter in their latrines and septic tanks. Help schools to utilize wastes adequately to produce biogas as cooking fuel. Environment and education sector. NatureNet School continues.